Hi everyone, this is Trish with the Sitesmith, and I'm here today to talk to you about SEO, or search engine optimization. When you think of SEO, think of it as you helping Google better organize the information out there on the web. The bottom line of SEO is that human beings are doing the searching. What is SEO? Well, as I mentioned, it's search engine optimization. You're basically optimizing your site so that search engines can index, find, and send traffic to your page. Done right, it's a way to get extra traffic from Google and rank for the keywords and phrases people are looking for your services. Done right, it's very useful. Done wrong, and you can be banned from Google forever. Done wrong, and it becomes really hard to get off the blacklist. There are companies out there that you can pay a fee to, and they'll supposedly get you ranked on Google. Don't fall for them. None of these companies can do anything you can't do yourself for free and for just a few minutes each time you post content. Most pay-a-fee SEO services are a scam. SEO is built on three concepts: your content, your keywords, and the links into and within your site. Let's say we're writing a post about a service we sell. For example, let's say that we're a CPA. If we do our SEO right, we're making Google's job easier, and they understand that the page we're writing is about CPA services. Always remember, though, that human beings are doing the searching. So if you go into your website and you go to write a new post, you'll see that the first area you come across is the title. This title is what human beings will see when they search for your post. So let's say we're writing an article about some tips before you do your taxes. Okay, you'll see that the next area immediately below the title is the permalink. The permalink is the permanent URL, or the permanent link to that piece of content on your website. This is pretty long, so we're going to edit this, and we're also going to put in some of our keywords. This is something that Google will read and Google will index, so you probably do want to put in a couple of keywords in here if you can. Click OK. Now you're going to write an article. And as we keep saying over and over, it's human beings looking for this information, so you want to write articles that are useful to them. You don't want to load it with a ton of keywords. Keywords are great, but if you start loading them into your article, Google will know and Google will ban you. So we're going to write just a little bit of text here. Okay, the next area down that you need to worry about is the SEO section. You'll see there's a title section here as well. Now this title is the title that Google will see. So you want to write a title that is something that's going to describe what you're talking about, but has a few of your keywords in it. So something like CPA tax tips for 2012. That way you get CPA in there, you get tax in there. It's a couple of your keywords. And you can see as you're typing, it changes it. It's showing you what the preview is going to look like in Google. Now the description, again, this is something that the search engines are going to see. So you want to write in something that's fairly to the point and has some of the keywords that you're going to be using. In other words, if you have an article that starts off, let's say with a story or with a funny line or something that's going to grab people's attention, that's great. But if that's how it starts off in the search engines, it's going to be difficult for people to get that information. It's going to be difficult for Google to index it. So you want to put in a little brief description of what your article is about. And you want to limit yourself to about 150 characters. So we see we've got our location in there, we've got what we do, CPA, and we've got the year in there as well, 2012, and tax. Now keywords is where you're going to put in all of your keywords. So you're a CPA, you are an accountant, you deal with taxes and with tax, and you are in Pittsburgh. You might also want to put in Pennsylvania. Okay. You stick to about 10 keywords. You don't really need more than that. These two areas here, no index and no follow, you'll want to leave those unchecked. What that basically does is it tells Google to not get that page, to not index it, and not put it on the search results. So you definitely don't want to click on those. You can ignore the display, the dynamic content here, and the hide breadcrumbs. These are options that are in the theme that we're using. We use Headway on this site, and you may or may not have those on your site, so you don't need to worry about those. We do recommend leaving breadcrumbs on, though, when you can, because it's a way for you to link between them. And there's a few other options for you to look at as well. There's categories here. You'll probably want to categorize your posts. We've talked about that before. And there's post tags, which is sort of unnecessary now that we have categories. That's a holdover from before categories were instituted. So you can do post tags or you can leave them. You don't need to fill those in. And of course, if you do an image, which you probably do want to do, you want to make sure that you use your keywords on that image. So let's go ahead and load one. We'll go into our library because we know we have one here that would work. And we'll use our pumpkins. And again, of course, as we covered in our images video, there's a bunch of different options here you can look into. We're going to go ahead with the options that are clicked, insert into post. Now, if you select the image, you'll see that there's alternate text, there's a title, there's a caption, and then there's the URL. The title is what's going to show up when someone hovers over the image with their mouse, and it's something that will be indexed by Google, so you want to put in some of your keyword. And as well, in the alternate text, you want to include that too. The caption is something you may or may not want. It's the information that comes underneath the picture. You can leave it blank, or you can do it. We're going to have it here just so you can see what that looks like. And of course, if you have a URL that you want to link that image to, you can do that. And if not, you can just leave it blank. Let's update that. And we're going to publish. I want to view this post and make sure that the information we entered in the image is coming up. And there's the information. One more thing that you want to add is you want to add in links. So let's go back and edit this post. There are two kinds of links you can put in. You can have links to within your site, so to other pages within your site, and you can also have links to places outside of your site. So for example, if you're struggling with what links to add in from outside of your site, let's say you're the CPA and you're doing this tax post, well, you could link to a lot of stuff. You could link to the IRS's website. You could link to the state government website. Really, anytime you refer to a product or a service or to any entity, that's your opportunity to link. So let's pretend that we've started writing this post. So we've referred to the federal government. What we can do is we can link to the IRS's webpage from here. The way that you do that is you click on that little button right there. This window will pop up, and you can just enter in the URL. And you can see that it's turned blue and it's also underlined. Now the way that you would link to a page within your website is, let's say you're referring to a post that you wrote last week. Well, this is your opportunity to link to that post. Go ahead and do the same thing. You'll highlight the word that you're going to be linking, click on that little link button, and now what's really neat is it gives you a list of all of the pages and all of the posts on your website. So if you don't remember what the URL is, don't worry about it. You can just link to it. So we're going to pick a random post or page, add a link. There you go. We also recommend when you do a call to action, and it's usually something like email us or contact us, that you link to that as well. It makes it a lot easier for people that don't need to look up your information. They can just click on a link. So let's do that. Oops. And we're going to do the same thing. Click there, and there's our contact us page. Click add link, and there you go. Now the way that will look when you post to it, Let's take a look. And there you go. You can see that there are underlines there, which indicates that it's a link. And there we go. We're at the IRS's webpage. So it's really that easy. Thanks for letting us be of service. If any of this is confusing and you have questions, or if you'd like to talk to us about how we can help, don't hesitate to email us at trish@thesitesmith.com. Have a great day.